Hello folks, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Got snow again outside there. Yep, snow, but it's not settling. What am I doing? I'm just kneading up some clay here. I'm weighing up these lumps. They're 3.5 pounds each, and what I'm going to be making is, like you saw me make up here, these kitchen bowls with the pouring lips, remember? These are now upside down. Don't forget, your pots, you need to turn them upside down so the base is dry. So that's what we're doing with them now. And just make sure when you do that, you put them on a flat board or a flat place. If you're going to dry them either on a wearboard or on a tabletop or wherever it is, make sure that it's flat, because they're going to dry and start. If the board is warped or bent, then the bowls will end up also being warped. So yeah, I'm just going to make something pretty similar actually. You didn't actually see me make those kitchen bowls, but I'm going to be making just a few now, some bigger ones. These are, as I said, 3.5 pounds. So you know, you've got your clay and you've kneaded it up and you weighed up your lumps. It's not a bad idea when you've got a lump of clay that's say 3.5 pounds like that you individually knead each lump, even though you've kneaded it before. It's not a bad idea to give it like 20 kneads each individual lump after you've actually weighed it. Okay? It's going to do a couple of things. One is it's going to get it into that shape. Alright, it's a slightly conical shape with a slightly rounded base. Okay, and that's better really than just a round lump. Alright, so it's slightly conical. The other thing is, because you've given it an individual knead, okay, it's all wound up spirally like this, you see. Remember, lining up the platelets and all that. So, I'm going to need a ruler, and I'm sort of starting from scratch with these, so I'll be measuring as I go. So let's get the camera down here on the wheel head, as per usual. So let's have a look, see if we got this lined up. Yeah, I think so, something like that. That'll do nicely. So we'll start there anyway. We may come in for a bit of detail. So you know, we like a bit of detail, don't we? So what else do I need? Yes. Always worthwhile, before you sit down on the wheel, get everything that you need around you. Make sure you've got your tools, make sure you've got maybe a rag like this to wipe your hands. You know, you've got everything to hand. So nothing worse, isn't it, having sat down on the wheel and you think, oh, I haven't got such and such. And you've got to get up and go and get it. So, righty-ho. So, yeah, we're using a powered wheel here, which I slow down. I didn't tell you to start. You have that problem with the electric wheel that runs away with you sometimes? You know, you accidentally, sometimes I've made a pot, you know, I've got it to, and I sort of leant over and I've accidentally touched the foot pedal, and the thing has suddenly gone like 100 miles an hour, and the thing is just, pot's been ruined. Anyway, enough complaints, Leach. Okay. So basically what I'm doing is throwing a bigger GP bowl, just a bigger GP bowl. So we'll do that. Okay. So we're going to just, first thing to do is get the lump of clay stuck to the wheel head, isn't it? Because quite often, if you don't, the lump of clay sort of comes off in your hands, doesn't it? I don't like that. So let's coning up this clay. Bring the clay into the centre. That is so important, isn't it? Getting the lump of clay on centre. Because if it isn't on centre, you got to get it on centre at the very beginning, haven't we? All right. So how do we get it on centre? Let's just talk about that very briefly. Okay. Well, I clasp it like this, and I basically pull the lump very slightly towards me, in like a controlled way, maintaining the sort of A position, you see, of my arms, braced on my legs or on the side of the wheel box. Okay. So I form this sort of position like this. Okay. Oh, let's have a little bit more speed. That's something when you're centering, you can afford to have a little bit more speed. This is one of the things I find really very difficult with these kind of wheels. It's just judging exactly the right speed, because you've got such a fine adjustment on that foot pedal. It's just... Okay, so I've established my base thickness. I'm now going to swing with my right hand here. I'm going to swing that clay in that motion, you see? Just against the side of my hand. Like that. So again, going down to the bottom, pushing out against the side of my hand, and then lifting my hand up. Okay? Now, as you get higher and wider, we're going to have to be even more vigilant about our speed, aren't we? Okay, this is why it's so important that also that you get it on centre, because, you know, as you get out and wide, it starts to do a little dance, doesn't it? If you're not careful. Do you ever do a little dance? Okay, so also some careful watering, accurate watering, okay? Put the water where it's needed. Don't be haphazard about it, okay? Determine that you're going to do away with haphazard watering. Be specific where you're going to put the water. It'll make a lot of difference. It's like, you know, putting engine oil in your car. Be specific where you put it. Put it down the filler cap, you know, that's where it goes. It doesn't go anywhere else. Okay, so as you can see, the bowl is growing, isn't it? Now the thing about bowls that we really want to be careful with is that we don't go too wide, because if you go too wide, you know, you can run into problems. It's much better to get some height first and then widen it afterwards. That's a good tip. So I'm going to go down to the bottom again. I hope my head's not in the way. I'm going to grab some clay, pulling it up, gaining some height. You'll notice my right hand here is still resting on the box, okay? That works up to a point, doesn't it? Because you can go up, but then after a while you have to take your hand, don't you, away from the box. So when you're doing that, what you need to do is bunch up a little bit your body like this, pull this hand in so it's closer to your side, alright, and lean over the pot when you do that if you are going to lift off. By bringing it in close to the body, braces this hand. Okay, at this stage it's okay, it's braced here because this hand is resting there. But once you get to a certain height, I'm going to have to come in, you see, like this. Haha! So, these are little things but are worth bearing in mind. Okay, because this is going to be a bowl that's going to have a rolled rim, we're going to have to be mindful of that, because we're going to have to do that while the bowl is still semi-vertical before it gets wide. Alright, we're going to roll that rim. Okay, now I'm going to have to do now just what I said a moment just then. I'm going to have, now because I'm getting up, I'm going to have to come in like this, you see a bit? I hope my head's not in the way, but it probably will be. I'll try and get down and oop. I'm trying to contort myself a little bit there just to keep you guys in the picture. I hope you still are in the picture. So now this is where I've got to go just slow. Maybe if I came around like this. Yeah, we're gonna roll the rim on this now. Okay, now before you roll the rim, make sure it's lubricated enough, okay? Because that's very important. Because if you hit a dry patch while you're in the middle of rolling, I think it'll turn pear-shaped on you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that over this index finger, and then carry it on down and tuck it in. You see, like that. Now at the moment this bowl, although I don't know if you can see it, let me see if I can just take the camera off the tripod here a sec. Yeah, okay, you can see that bowl is a little bit straight-sided, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it in underneath and belly it out slightly. Alright, maybe I can wind this tripod down here and bring you in a little bit more. So, what's that looking like? Yeah, let's just zoom it a touch. Okay. See where that takes us. Alright. Sorry, I don't like that. No, it's going to have to be moved. We're going to bring it here. I think that'll be better. A bit more like that. I hate it when my head gets in the way, because, you know, when I'm looking over the video afterwards and I see my head there and I'm thinking, oh my god, you know. So I'm going to push in at the base, and now I'm going to pull out, gaining some height a little bit, but not much width really now. No. It's basically, see, just a big GP ball. So there we are. Now I'm going to take my this guy. It's a rib. Sometimes I use a rib, you know, just on the inside of some of these bigger bowls. Let's just slow this down a touch. Okay, so I'm basically just, now when you're using a rib, which is a little bit of support there on the outside here, you see, just to support, because I'm giving a little bit of pressure but not very much, but so I just want to be mindful of that and just give it a little bit of support, you see, just there. It's rather important that these kind of bowls have got a nice inside shape. Now, I've actually changed the outside shape, which I didn't mean to do, very slightly. It's the pressure you see from the rib on the inside. It's not looking too bad, but not looking too bad. So let's see. Now I'm just going to stick the base, but I'm not going to be trying to do too much with a stick, because I probably will very lightly give this a skim off afterwards, you see. So, yeah, leather. Don't forget the leather. Okay, you're going to hold the leather like that. Okay, in your left hand, and then you're just going to put it over the rim of the pot. And you see this thumb here? This is the thumb that's just going to hold it, you see, like that, between the index finger and the thumb. Okay? No pressure though, just gentle. So we're just going to give it a sponge out there. And that's basically it. Is basically it. So, let's just take a measurement of that while we're at it. Just take a we got? We've got almost 11 inches, just shy of 11 inches. And height we've got like 4.25. 4.25. Maybe, why don't we do the pouring lip? I know I just done a clip on that, but we could do another pouring lip, couldn't we, on this fella? So how are we going to do that? Well, I'll wet your finger. Put the two fingers there like that, okay? And then just, you see, all I'm extending is this bit here, okay? The rest of it I don't want to disturb. Now you can actually do this. You can actually do this after, slightly later, say half an hour after you've taken it off the wheel. Okay, got it. Just ease that clay out there. Alright, and that's it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to cut him off. I'm going to cut off wire. Now, very gentle on that speed. Just want a gentle speed. So, I'm going to keep the wire down. We don't want it to slip up, do we, halfway through cutting off. Alright. There we go, that's now successfully cut off. Let's just pull back the camera. There it is. Right, let's pull back the camera. No, we've already done that, haven't we? I'm repeating myself again. That was 11 by 4.25, wasn't it? I'll make a note of that. Make a note. Where's my pencil? By 4.25 high. Okay. There's the bowl. There's the pouring lip. You see. All right. Okay, I'll put that one up here. That, and we'll get another that. Yeah, you'll notice with these bats I've drilled holes in them. Okay, and that's not a bad idea because it helps you see where the pins are. As you look through that hole, you see I can straight on to the straight onto the pins without any fuss. So if you've got a drill, I recommend you just drill right the way through. I don't know why they don't make them like that. But anyway, that's something that's easy to do. And so we're going to be ready here for another. Yeah, go to my website, simonleachpottery.com. I'm going to be out in the southwest, actually, southwest of the US, in Denver and New Mexico, and at the end of April and early May, and we'll be. I was thinking it would be nice to, to travel further west, maybe to Arizona and into California. So I'll just put that out there. If there's any of you guys from that neck of the woods who, maybe we could set up some kind of workshop or something like that. We could do a bit of practicing together. Anyway, so talking of practicing, that's what we've got to do, isn't it? So get yourself some clay, make sure it's well kneaded. That's the first thing. Well kneaded and on center. And then away you go. Okay, this is Simon Leach saying, hang on in there, keep practicing, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.